Hi folks, this is Chris from CDR Guns, and in this video we're going to be taking a deeper look at the crate tuning functions. Along with a brief explanation of how they affect things, I'll also give some baseline guidance for setting up an economical and consistent setup. I'll try to keep everything simple and any important numbers will be shown on screen so you can pause the video for reference. This may get quite long, so buckle up and enjoy the ride. First things first, before you even think about adjusting your rifle, we need to identify the regulator type. So on screen now we have the two main types in use around the globe. The one on the left is adjustable both up and down under pressure, and in power restricted markets like the UK has an operating range of 50 to 110 bar. For those in unrestricted markets like my friends across the pond, the operational range is 100 to 175 bar. There are different internal configurations for both markets, so please keep adjustments to within these ranges. To adjust up, simply use a 6mm hex key to turn the adjuster in or clockwise, which will increase the tension on the washer stack and raise the set point. To reduce the pressure, simply turn the adjuster out or anti-clockwise to reduce the tension, and then dry fire the rifle to reduce the plenum pressure. The type on the right can only be adjusted up under pressure. It must never be adjusted down under pressure. Doing so will damage the internals. This is crucial, so I will repeat it. You must only go up, never down with this style of regulator. To increase the set point, use a 15mm spanner and gently turn the silver collar anti-clockwise. In order to reduce pressure, you must fully drain the system, then by hand turn the silver collar clockwise until it is finger tight. This is your minimum set pressure. You can now refill the rifle and adjust up to your desired operating pressure. Now that we have established our regulator types, before we do anything, let's look at our valve adjustment. This adjuster applies spring tension to close the valve during the firing cycle and controls the dwell time. It is particularly useful for reducing pellet mass sensitivity. For those not familiar with that terminology, this is the tendency for PCP rifles to get higher energy output from a heavier pellet. To give an example, a rifle running at 11.7 foot-pounds with a 10.6 grain pellet might only achieve 10.7 foot-pounds with an 8.4 grain pellet. However, by reducing the dwell time, in my experience with these rifles, we can close that difference considerably, making lighter pellets achieve power closer to the heavier ones, and reducing air usage per shot. In 4.5mm for the UK rifles, I always set the valve fully closed, for both the Krait and Krait L. For the 5.5mm caliber rifles, because we use a lighter hammer strike, we actually need a little less tension on the valve, in my experience, or our dwell time becomes so short as to be inconsistent. For the sub-12 rifles, I normally start with the valve adjusted one turn out from fully wound in. The easy way to do this is to wind it fully in, then put a dot above one of the holes used for adjusting, and then use that as an index to go one turn out. Next, we want to relax our hammer, ready for finding the plateau point. What we'll be doing is identifying the plateau by adjusting the hammer in quarter turn stages. Then, once we identify where it is, we can decide whether we want to go up or down with it. We don't want to be leaving our rifle on a plateau point if we want to use the full fill range. All regulators naturally shift slightly in their set point across the fill range. This is perfectly normal, and also I suspect the reason that certain manufacturers impose lower fill limits than 300 bar. To give an example of what I mean, at 100 bar fill pressure my regulator might indicate a 60 bar set point, but at 300 bar that will likely raise to around 65. This is absolutely fine, and with a half decent tune the rifle can balance this out so it's not affecting the shot. Sadly, that is where a little bit of maths will be needed. In my experience with the Kraits, the magic number seems to be 3%. i.e., if I want to run my 8.4 grain pellets at 777 feet per second, because that's the most accurate speed for them, we want to make sure our plateau point is 3% above that velocity, which is conveniently about 800 FPS. So we'll call this the target plateau. So how do we use these numbers? First, we want a fully filled rifle with our regulator at its minimum set point. Next we fire a few shots over the crony to get some numbers. Then we turn the hammer up by a quarter turn and fire a few more. If they increased, great, add another quarter turn and recheck. Keep doing this until you reach a stage where turning a quarter turn of the hammer adjuster does not increase velocity. That is your plateau point. See on the graph, I've marked the plateau points. Note this speed. If you're not at your target plateau, then we need to increase our regulator pressure by 5 bar, wind the hammer back by half a turn to ensure we're not at the plateau, and then we again find the plateau point by adjusting the hammer in quarter turn steps. Keep doing this until your plateau point reaches the target plateau that we calculated earlier. Once it matches that target plateau point, bring your hammer back down till you're at your target velocity. Easy as that. If you followed the above, you should now find that your rifle is set about 3% below the plateau point. This means that as that plateau point shifts slightly over the fill range, our velocity should self-balance and we shouldn't find that it follows it, allowing us to maintain a consistent FPS over the full fill range from 300 down to regulator set point, without any nasty spikes. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe.